Yes, yes, yes. This is Along the Way with GMS, episode 2. This is going to be a quick one in and out. I just have a lot of announcements to make. First of all, you read the title. Hopefully, everything's a go. Everything is ready for tomorrow. For those that don't know, tomorrow is my birthday, January 25th. Happy birthday to me. And this year, a lot of special things are happening. I remember last year I did a broadcast on my birthday. I had on the tuxedo and the shades, if you remember that, on the thumbnail. And yeah, we talked about all the goals for the new year and everything. But this year, January 25th, my birthday, on the Along the Way with GMS podcast, I am happy to announce that everything is a go for tomorrow. Tomorrow will be the first launch of the Teacher single. It's going to come out tomorrow on Bandcamp, and it's going to be in a couple of different forms. So I'm going to explain that to you just real quick, and then I'm going to let you know what's coming after that. And I'm all excited. First of all, we're going out today on 8 different platforms. This is the first time I've done that, where I'm broadcasting to my personal Facebook page. So big up to everyone who knows me personally. Hopefully a few people are checking me there. I'm also on the Cyber Sky Videos Facebook page. So big up the whole Facebook crew. I'm also on the MCMI Facebook page, the MCMI report. So for all MCMI fam out there, thanks for checking in. And of course, I'm on my artist page, GMS. If you're not following my artist page, if you know me personally, listen, I have about 2,000 people on my Facebook, my personal page, right? And I know you from all walks of life over the years, all the different networks that I've been a part of, all my personal friends, all my colleagues, all my MCs, hip hop artists, singers, producers, everything. But I only have maybe 300 and change followers, maybe 4 now, I'm not sure, on the GMS page. So if you support my music, if you follow my music, if you know me as an MC, as an artist, even as a jazz musician, however you know me, a DJ, all under GMS, you should be liking my Facebook page, because that's where I throw all the announcements about music, performances, VR performances, NFT releases, and all that kind of stuff. So that's facebook.com/it's GMS, ITS So follow that, like that page if you want to get updates, and also just to help my my GMS persona grow. I'm also on NYC Free Events. If you guys don't know, that's a group I started a couple of years ago to promote anything that's a free event in New York. I'm going live on that group right now. That's on Facebook. Just do a search in Facebook for NYC Free Events. Got about 10 to 12,000 members on there, and people throw up things that are free that you can go to put up opportunities all around NYC. So join that if you want to get to see more free events, or if you have something you'd like to post, join. When you post, it doesn't post automatically. I moderate it. So if it's not free, if it's not an event, don't try to promote your your bag store or your club that costs $20. Again, I'm not letting that fly. It's free events only, NYC Free Events. So big up to that platform. And hey, if you know me professionally, I'm going live for the first time on LinkedIn. I'm doing a video on LinkedIn. It's a new thing I'm trying. This song that I'm putting out tomorrow is called Teacher. And part of it is about my being a New York City DOE public school teacher. I've been a public school teacher now for 25 years. This month is the 25th anniversary of me working for the DOE. So that's exciting. Also, 25, 2 plus 5 equals 7. It's also January 25th, my birthday. That's another 7, 2 plus 5. I was born in the 70s. That's another 7. And the album that this single Teacher is on is called Along the Way, just like the podcast, 777. And for more information about the meaning of the 3 sevens, subscribe to the podcast on MCMI Report or on Cyber Sky Videos. The Along the Way with GMS podcast is on both of those channels, my tech blogging channel and my hip hop channel. One is educational and one is music and hip hop, but this song brings those worlds together. Like I said in my press release, I've kept my music and my teaching apart for many years, but this song enables me to bring those worlds together. All right. Worlds collide, worlds collide. Because the song is about my teaching career. And so I'm sharing this with my professional educators and my LinkedIn family. And I'm also sharing it with my hip hop heads on mcmireport.com. So you also are catching this on the MCMI Report YouTube channel. Definitely follow that if you want to hear all the artists on the MCMI brand. Levels Band, LR Blitzkrieg. He's got a project with the Bad Seed on there. It's called Sixers. Check that out. Myself, GMS, Chords Cordero, The Marksman, other artists that are affiliated with us. And there we have songs with Big Up to Dominion, The Plague, all that good stuff. So that's MCMI Report YouTube channel. And last but not least, we're broadcasting on my Cyber Sky Videos YouTube channel. So shout out to the whole Facebook crew, the YouTube crew, the LinkedIn family. Now, what are we here to talk about today? I'm going to throw it in the scroll. GMS debut single, Teacher, featuring Bamboo, dropping January 25th. That's tomorrow, 2022, on mcmi.bandcamp.com. When you go there, you can just click on GMS. Also browse around. There's some dope music on there from the past, and there's other artists. Check it out, MCMI brand. But that's dropping tomorrow on Bandcamp, and I'm really excited to share that with everybody. I'm hoping that the people, usually when I put up a post like for my birthday, get like, hundreds of people dropping in and saying happy birthday, throwing a bunch of creative, colorful emojis and different moving gifts and stuff for my birthday. And I appreciate that. And a few people, offer to give me something for my birthday. So this year, what I want for my birthday is for y'all to support this project Along the Way 777, which is a very important project to me. For those that know me as part of Hydra, for those that heard me in the crew of The Plague, for those that might have seen me freestyling in the Village somewhere back in the day, or doing a performance at the Lyricist Lounge or the New Weekend, or entering bragging rights battles, hook.com battles, all those battles back in the day, freestyle off the top before the new format of battling started. Me and my friends, we were into all of that. If you knew me from that, you know that I've never put out a solo record. So right now, you can find old verses from me like on a Pumpkinhead record, on one of his albums. There's some Hydra joints out there, Plague. You can catch me on maybe on the EFAM record with an 8-bar verse on a obligatory posse cut. But here we go, the solo project, GMS. And this solo project, of course, has a few features on it. I want to shout out some people that helped me with the record. Substantial, we have a joint together on there, Chords Cordero. He's a singer and MC himself. He's on 2 joints. This song, Teacher, features Bamboo. He came through and laced the chorus. Shout out to Mike Hands, who actually suggested that I holler at him. Maybe he might be good for the record. He knew I was in the studio working on it, and I needed someone, to spit that heat for the hook. And I called him up, and we built on it, and he came through, and he laced it. It came out really good. So shout outs to him. Now, tomorrow, I'm going to show you a couple of visuals. The song is dropping on Bandcamp. Let's go over here, roll this up. First single, Teacher, on my birthday. So for my birthday, I want you to stream the song, play the song. If you have $1 or $2 to donate, buy the song, download it. If you'd rather just play it, you can play it on the Bandcamp as well. If you really want to support the whole project, you can do that by downloading or actually pre-ordering the full project. Now, the full project's not coming out, just the one song. Here's a preview of the cover art. All right. Big up to my boy LR Blitzkrieg, who helped me with some of the design work. Of course, it's on the MCMI imprint that you see. Teacher single featuring Bamboo. Now, I'm going to tell you a couple of stories, but we're only going to go like another 5 or 10 minutes, and then I'm going to be out. But I will see you guys tomorrow at 8 o'clock for my birthday broadcast. And we're just going to talk for a little while tomorrow and just say happy birthday and tell you how more stuff that's coming, along the way, hence the name of the album. But let's talk about this artwork real quick. So what I was trying to do with this design is create a Zoom session, right? Now, in the video, there's a Zoom session also because teachers for the last year and a half to 2 years have been forced to do lessons on Zoom, meetings on Zoom, and half the world has been on Zoom this year. So I threw a Zoom video a Zoom session in the video, a Zoom meeting, and it covers kind of like a Zoom with the different aspects of myself: the GMS, the teacher; GMS, the MC; GMS at the Grammys, the tuxedo look, and then screenshots from the video. Of course, big up to Bamboo's on the cover art as well. Now, this happens to be the 25th anniversary of my working for the Department of Education, and that's why I'm dropping this in January. That's when I started as a substitute teacher way back when, 25 years ago, 1997. I got my degree in the middle of the year, and if you're an educator, you know it's really hard. You try to get a job over the summer for September, and if you miss September, it's hard to get full-time work during the year. So had my degree in January. I started substitute teaching, and I subbed at PS 39, and I subbed at PS 29, and maybe a couple of other schools. And then 29, they had a teacher leaving in the middle of the year, so the principal offered me that position. Would you like to be permanent from now to June, and we'll put you on full salary, and it's called a permanent sub position. We take over for a teacher who's out. Could be maternity leave, they left the profession, they retired, something like that. I have a longer story about how that came about that I'll do in another episode of Along the Way with GMS. So smash that like button and subscribe to whatever channel you're on, whether you're on YouTube, Facebook, wherever you are. Subscribe so that you can hear the rest of the stories, because I'm going to be going live at least once a week on YouTube, and I'll be on Instagram, Facebook, and other platforms going live during the week as well with the series called Along the Way with GMS. And that's where I'll be giving you more details of all these stories. But just to give you the quick one right now, the teacher left, so I took over that class. I saw that class from January. I started in February. I was subbing in January. I got put on permanent in February, and it went to the end of the year. And then, that helped me get my foot in the door teaching. And then the next year I started at PS 287. They pulled me away from that school and hired me to teach music, which I wasn't really going for. I was teaching a 6th grade classroom, but they were like, "Nah, man, you're a musician. You should do band and teach music and stuff." So I was like, okay, I can do that too. That's cool. I have a full teaching degree and license in all subjects, but I'll teach music. That's my passion. So that's what started me teaching music. And then somewhere along the way, I started to teach chorus. And then somewhere along the way, I got into teaching technology, because we were making beats in GarageBand on the computer, and kids were doing albums, and I was plugging in little MIDI keyboards. So it sort of became a music and tech thing. And then after I wrote the music and tech curriculum, I wanted to do that more like full-time, like more computer stuff. So I switched schools from PS 276, where I was working for quite a while, to my current location, Arts and Letters, 305 United. And at that school, I expanded the music and tech program, and then I started teaching more technology, and that's what I'm doing to this day. So that basically shows you, my 25-year career in the different subjects that I taught. Now, I'm bringing these two worlds together, and I'm doing it with this one song, and then the rest of the album is going to be like Circle of Life. That's an autobiographical song. I talk about growing up with Hydra as kids. I talk about my father, his getting into music teaching himself, and then how I got into that later in life. It's kind of like a circle of life, full circle story, and it's an ode to my pop, so shout out to my dad, jazz pianist Charles Sabursky. But first up is this single, Teacher, and it's going to drop tomorrow exclusively on Bandcamp. So you have to find me on Bandcamp. You can go to mcmibandcamp.com, or you can go to gmsmcmi.bandcamp.com. Let's pull that up real quick. This is what you're going to see. You can either support by just grabbing the single. You can play the single. I'm going to play a little bit of it right now. Sneak preview. See if you guys like it. All my life I've been a teacher. My whole family is teachers. Now, and today's lesson Here's to the top, push up on the scene, spread the flame, that's the click. A few big battles got us started real quick. I represent PK, but I am a New Yorker. Many people tell me mumble rap is like torture to listen. See, I am just a man on a mission to infiltrate the system, give the fans what they missing. Man, listen, precision is just one of my features. I'm the high school dropout that became the teacher. Whoa. Yo, so that's crazy. So that's part of my story I'm telling. I struggled in school. I dropped out of school. Some people don't know that. Sometimes I tell some of my students that, when I'm trying to connect with them because they feel that they're struggling in school. And I show them like you can overcome anything. I did really good in school some years. I was considered, not A student, but top, a bright kid. I was in the gifted program. Then other years I was doing horrible and I was failing classes. And eventually I dropped out. And a lot of my friends dropped out as well. And myself and many of my friends, we all found paths to go through life anyway. It's not the end of the world. But if you are struggling, you can always overcome that. What did I do? First, I got some work experience. Then I came back a year later, took the GED. I had to take classes. I had to study for that, take the GED. Now that enabled me to apply to go to college. I got into Brooklyn College and then, started majoring in different things. Eventually, when I found my path, I found that it was that I was destined to go back to school as a teacher. Now I'm in front of the class. Now I'm reaching kids who might have been good at music, but bad at math, or gifted writers, but have problems getting to school on time, didn't get enough sleep at night, falling asleep during the day. And then there's students that are super creative and they feel like they need more outlets. The school needs to give them more things to do. They're like on their genius level. They want to be on chess team. They want to learn coding. They want to do music. They want to do art. They want to do theater, spoken word. So, I got into the arts for that reason, and I taught performing arts for many years. Anyway, that's the single. And now let's go back to the pre-order of the album. If you want to just say, look, GMS, Graham, Mr. Seversky, Mr. Cyber Sky, whatever you want to call yourself. If you want to just say, look, I just want to get the album now, I'll support you. Here's $7. I can give you $7 for Along the Way 777. And then when the songs come out, you just send them to me. Well, you can pre-order the 7 songs for $7, but you get the single right away. So you can actually do this today. It doesn't officially release till tomorrow, but you'll actually hear the song. You'll get a copy today if you pre-order. You can get it early. It's been up since yesterday. A couple people bought it already. But I still am saying that Tuesday, January 25th is the release date because I feel a spiritual connection with this record. And I wanted to connect it with January 25th, my birthday. And I also wanted to connect it with the 25th anniversary of my work in the New York City Department of Education. So another way that you could support is it, and if this is for collectors and people who want all of it, they want the instrumental. So they can like put on beats in the background. They may want to rap over it, or they may want to use it for a mashup and do a remix of some other music. They want the acapellas, right? Whether you're a producer or a DJ. And they also want some bonus content. There's going to be hidden bonus songs on the Along the Way 777 Deluxe Digital package. Okay, let's take a look at that real quick. The Deluxe Digital package. Big up to LR Blitzkrieg with the fly artwork with the 3 7s on the pyramid. That's really dope. So the Deluxe Digital is going to have a lot of songs. Look at all these tracks, and I didn't even finish. I'm going to keep uploading more. But look, you got the original song, which you get right away. You got the intro. You got Freedom. That's the next single coming in February. You got Circle of Life. That's coming after Freedom. Celebrate Life, Along the Way. Sunshine featuring Hydra. My Hydra Bad Bros. Then you got Celebrate Life featuring Substantial. You got a house record that I produced for the dance crew. You got the Dance Hall remix, the reggae version of Teacher single. I don't know if I'm going to change my verse. I might just keep the verse and just lay a beat under there because I've got some reggae beats that I'm making for that. But maybe I'll get a feature. Maybe I'll get someone to come in and do a verse on that on a remix. Who knows? That's going to happen a couple months from now. Then you get the clean version. You get the instrumental. You get the acapella. You get the Along the Way, the album track Along the Way. You get that acapella. You get that instrumental. You get 7 different versions of the song Freedom. I didn't upload them all yet. You get the Circle of Life instrumental. You get Circle of Life a cappella featuring Cords Cordero, by the way. Shout him out again. Cords Cordero, an amazing and prolific artist. Look him up. Chords with a Z, Cordero. If you aren't familiar with his music, he raps, he sings. He's very talented. So that's the Along the Way Deluxe digital package. I want to put that away. I don't want to talk about the music anymore, but if you feel like you can support, go over to Bandcamp, mcmi.bandcamp.com, and look at all those packages. You can just get the single. If you just want the song, you can stream it for free. You can just play it and be like, that's cool, I heard it. If you're not connected to the internet where you don't put your credit cards in, you don't do stuff like that, and you're not going to purchase it, that's fine. I want you to hear the record. Go and listen to it, please. If you can throw me $1 through PayPal or credit card, cool. Download the record. I'm not going to get rich. I spent $10,000 on this project, and your dollar's not going to pay for it. But if a few people put in some money, I can take that money and I can fund the next music video, or I can pay a feature for a remix. So everything helps. Let's take a look at the Along the Way podcast. For those of you that this is your first time tuning in and saying, who is this crazy guy who's talking so fast? Or if you know it's G and you're like, man, G just talks a lot, man. That's okay. I'm trying to be high energy today, but this is the Along the Way podcast. This is episode 1. And basically it's me telling stories about my life, things that happened along the way, and I'm describing the process of making this record. So with that, I'm going to give you a quick story of what I've been doing this week. Along the way of doing this, I usually do tech internships, and we promote a lot of my nonprofit educational work. And we work on websites with the company, and we do marketing for Cyber Sky Videos and Vistairs Academy. So this semester, for the first time, my new tech interns will also be helping me with the marketing and promotion and video editing and things having to do with the Along the Way 777 project. And they'll be working on mcmireport.com website as well. So that's exciting. Today I had orientation for 2 new interns. I might be getting some more next month, but right now, big up to those interns. They come from BMCC. One is a video arts and technology major. The other person is a web developer who also does IT and networking. So she's actually going to come to my classroom and come to my school. She's going to help us with our networking and troubleshooting Wi-Fi and computers and connections and devices. She's going to be a great help. She's doing this voluntarily as part of her internship. She's giving back to the community. So salute to her. I don't know if she would want me to throw her name out there yet, so I'll wait until this week and we build a little bit about that. But I'm definitely might have my interns come on one of the future episodes or podcasts. So now if you want to watch the Along the Way podcast, you can go to MCMI Report YouTube channel or Cyber Sky Videos, wherever you want to support, and watch that. And I'll be making more videos like this every single week. And I'll be telling you about each song and all the stories behind making those songs. And there'll be scenes from me in the studio. And just basically, besides the music, we'll just be talking about life. I'll be building with you. Why did I become a teacher? How has my experience as a teacher in New York City been? How do I balance the act of trying to work on music and then going to work at 8 a.m. and being responsible for hundreds of children's lives and education? Yes, it's a challenge. It's a juggling job. It's a lot of extra work. Basically, if you have a dream and a passion, something you do outside your day job, then you basically have 2 jobs. You get home from work and you're back at work, but then you're working on your dream and your passion. So that's been my life. Now, if you go to MCMI Records and you want to do some research, what did GMS do before he did the solo? He said this is his first solo. So, when he was in a group, what did he sound like? And can I listen to some of his former releases and verses? Sure, you could. Go to mcmi.bandcamp.com, click on GMS, right? And this is a song that I did with my group Hydra. I'm going to give you a little piece of it. I think I'll just do my verse. It's called Love Is. It's produced by the super talented Keith Wildchild Middleton. Look up his albums. He has a solo album called Transitions. It's also on this Bandcamp. You can find it. And then he's got an album on Spotify and Apple Music called Levels. So you can look up on social media at Levels Band on social media, Instagram and all that. And then you can follow him and check out his music. But he's on this record and he made the track. This track is phenomenal. If you guys are fans of the song Love Is the Message, I know you're going to hear the sample that he used. How he flipped it is so raw, so hip hop. But it's still positive and uplifting, but it's those bars, those lyrics. Big up to him and my other partner, LR Blitzkrieg, who actually did the cover art for this mixtape too, the Love Is mixtape. If you want to hear the whole mixtape, you can go and download it. You can go listen to it, stream it on the Bandcamp. It's a whole bunch of songs that I put together DJing, and I put all the songs that I feel represent the love in hip hop together in one place. And then I threw one Hydra song on there just to give you guys a taste. So here it is. I'm going to throw it on, see what you guys think of Love Is the Hydra remix. Yeah. If you represent love, put your L's up. This is for those. I'm going to try to lip sync with it. We'll see. More than Russell Simmons. Yeah, like Bishop Don Juan, but without the women. I can see the dudes without religion. Grinding like we digging with a spoon to get out of prison. Listen, so years to build. Legendary tears have killed. Many tears to spill. Now you want to grab glory with a crack story. Your crack story is just a front to attract stories. I'm not trying to say that your life ain't a movie. It's just that you use music don't move me. It's just my opinion, dog. So sue me, because none of you folks got the heart of balls to shoot me. Not only blood, but rhymes flow through me. I'm sticking the crowns to your crowns plus your jewelry. Whether you street that hood or bougie, sophisticated rush, all of that stays goofy. It's all the same, I'm just finding my lane. Man, I wasn't driving a car, I was landing a plane. From up above, overstanding the king. Got my fans crying love and demanding a change because... Yeah. Yeah, so that's the Love Is. Hydra single off of the Love Is mixtape. Go check that tape out if you like Common, Nas, Busta Rhyme, The Roots. Like there's so many even Torre, Pharoah Monch, people like that. There's so many dope joints on there. Mozzie from Soul Purpose got a joint on there. That's a hot mixtape. What else did I want to share with you? Hey, if you guys are from Brooklyn, if you represent Brooklyn, or you just love Brooklyn, you might want to check out the Brooklyn's Finest mixtape, produced by myself and DJ DP1. Big up to DJ DP1. Man, that man is so hardworking and so dedicated to his craft, his turntablism, that when I did this mixtape, I had a rough draft of the mixtape. I put the songs how I wanted, but I was like, I need like someone nastier than me with cuts to really, really go in. And I hit him up. I said, yo, let's collaborate on this mixtape. You know, he had a couple of ideas for an intro. I was like, oh, that's fire. So we went back and forth song for song, and we were in his house on his turn. His equipment is a lot better than mine. And also he's my mentor and has taught me quite a few things about DJing over the years. So shout out to DJ DP1. You can follow him at DJ DPONE. I'm sure everywhere, Instagram, Twitter, and all that. And when we did this mixtape again, this was a theme mixtape. So you see the artists on the cover art. Basically, it's everyone from Brooklyn, right? It's not just these artists, but this is just a sampling. It's like 50 different artists from Brooklyn, repping Brooklyn. All the Brooklyn anthems are on there, from the oldest old school to the newest stuff that just came out from Brooklyn. So go check that out. This is hip hop. This is Brooklyn's Finest. And Hydra threw a song on there, and I did a little verse. I'm going to play just a few bars of that. Not holding back this time. Take it personal into the kids. Sorry if I let loose and curse at you. I ain't trying to rip up the mic and straight murder you. But you can just to let you know what the verse will do. I'm not a child. I'm gonna be volatile, but versatile. Teach to reach each, so each speech is purposeful. Feast on tracks like treats made to unleash the beast that lies beneath, released in the streets, hurting you. It's GMS, spread plague, no question. I run with a squad and ain't none of the yes men. Yeah, shout out to Army of the 12 Monkeys, the Plague. That's my crew. So you heard a little reference to teaching there. I said teach to reach each, so each speech is purposeful. I mean, I sprinkled little gems in there along the way, but I never fully embraced and stepped into my role as a teacher, as a rapper who teaches, an MC who teaches, and a teacher who raps. And I'm gonna borrow something from one of my closest brothers, Big Zoo from EOW. He always says this as well because he was a teacher for many years, and then he became the dean, and he's been an assistant principal. He was the principal for many years, and then after he retired from his principal career, he went on to train other principals. He was hired by a company that goes and does professional development in schools all across the country in different states, including right here in Brooklyn and in New Jersey, his hometown. And he goes out there and he tries to help administrations develop that rapport with their staff and build something special in the school. And he trains administrators everywhere. So big up to him, because he always said that people would ask him this question. And I love how he framed it. And I use this too now. He said, people always ask me. And when he was a teacher, he said, am I the teacher who raps, or am I the rapper who teaches? And then when he became a principal, he said, people always ask me, am I a principal who raps, or am I a rapper who's a principal? And his answer was always, yes, I am. So I always thought that was super clever. And it's true. It's like you're both. Oh man, my social media is blowing up. Pardon the sound effects. You're both. You don't just do one thing. And I want to say, every teacher out there, and this also goes for every profession, but I'm going to talk heart to heart to my teacher family right now. A lot of us got into teaching to teach arts, or if we're a writer, we said, well, I'm going to teach English because I want to help kids, develop their writing skills. But we write. So we write poetry, plays, novels, fiction. And if you're a music teacher, you probably are a musician first. And then you're like, well, I'm going to teach. I'm going to major in music. So I'll, teach band or singing or whatever your specialty is. And the same with art and theater, all different kinds of teachers, right? A lot of us do something else outside of teaching that got us into teaching. But then once we start the job, it's so stressful. It consumes us. And we lose the amount of time that we would have to work on our craft. So we start to do our side things, our hobbies, our passions, our true callings, whether it's, gymnastics or basketball or martial arts or theater, or whatever it is. We tend to do that less and less as the years go by. And it's something that I'm trying to never let happen to me. I've seen that happen to other people when I was a young teacher. And I said, no matter what, I'm keeping one foot in this hip hop. I'm keeping one foot in this jazz. I'm keeping one foot in this DJing. I'm just going to continue doing martial arts. I'm not going to give up my life because I have so much work to do. And it's a struggle because we have a lot of paperwork. We've got to create lesson plans. We've got to grade hundreds of papers turned in and then read each one, because we don't just put a check and hand it. We look at it, we read it, we put comments and Post-its. We work after school, do after school programs. We give more to the school than even what we are paid for and under contract. Every teacher in this country does not work the week load, whether it's 30, 40-hour week, whatever they call it. We don't do that. We do 80-hour weeks just in teaching, with all the Saturday work that we do, weekends, evenings. And then we want to do our art or our passion. We want to run a marathon. We want to, write that book. But it's hard because you've got your family and you've got to go shopping and you've got to take care of the kids and you got laundry. Some of us go back to school to get another degree, maybe move into administration, or maybe just get that special ed degree or something extra they want to add on. Teachers are dedicated, so we find a lot of times that we don't have time to do our the other parts of our life. And people are multifaceted, and we're human, and we can't neglect those parts of us that make us who we are. So that's why I'm putting out this project this year. I've been neglecting it for a few years. I used to do more when I was younger, but as I got older, I got more busy and took on more projects and more things and nonprofit work. And the music just fell to the wayside. So last year I started playing flute, started playing jazz with my pop. You can check out the series on Cyber Sky Videos called Just Jazz with Pop, and you can hear me and my dad, who plays piano, playing some jazz. And then I'm like, I've got to come out with the hip hop. I mean, people haven't heard my solo material. I've been recording songs and not doing anything with them. So, I had tons of material. So I said, let me take the best. I just want to get 7. I don't want to put out a lot. Some of it's subpar. I would take the stuff that's really it's begging to come out. It's really quality, in my opinion. Sometimes you do music and you listen to it a couple years later, you go, that was okay, but the idea didn't really last long or hold up. So if you haven't put it out yet, you're like, yeah, I'm not going to put that one out. But there's some of them, they really stick with you after a few years. You're like, that one, I'm still proud of that. So those are these songs that you're going to get in Along the Way 777. And the first one is Teacher. I was inspired to write that before the pandemic. And then I recorded half of the video. And then the pandemic cut off any video recording for a year and a half. Then I came back and recorded the rest of the video when numbers were low this past summer. And then my man Jarrett Robinson, he laced me with the video. And the two of us have been working on the edits. And it's just about ready. Another couple things, and I'll be ready to put it out next week. But tomorrow you're going to hear the audio only. So I guess I've told you everything I need to tell you for today. You know, let me be real with you for a minute before we go. I'm a little bit terrified that by releasing this, my hip hop audience is going to say, "Oh, that's corny, talking about that teaching stuff." Yeah, he's saying some good stuff, but he's not going lyrical, miracle, spiritual, rip out your umbilical when I spit at you. And he's not on some next with the patterns, and he's not dissing anybody. He's not battling anybody. And they know me from that because I used to do a lot of battling, and they know me from the intricate triplicate rhythms and flows. And a little bit of that is in this song, Teacher, but not a lot. I'm really more telling the story and bringing the different facets of running with the plague and going to work and teaching every day and teaching kids what I feel that they need to survive in life. I'm telling that story with this song. So I'm risking maybe alienating some of my hip hop followers, but you know what? I'm not a big star. I have a small group of base that digs what I do and that understands me and supports me for years. And shout out to all of you guys. I love you. And all my peers. We support each other. I listen to their music. They listen to me and Hydra's music and the plague. So our community, you know, they support me, but I just want you to know I got more songs on the project. A lot of them are storytelling. Some of them are going to have, we'll call it the old GMS. I miss the old GMS. I'm going to throw a little bit of that in there. But this is really about growth and growing as an artist and getting older and maturing, becoming a well-rounded MC. So I hope you guys rock with me. And the other thing I'm afraid of is my teaching fam, my educators, my administrators, maybe my boss, maybe my other boss. We got two principals and an assistant principal in my school. Maybe the teachers down the hall. Maybe the paraprofessionals. Maybe they're not going to respect me as an educator because I'm doing this hip hop stuff, you know? And I did a post on Facebook the other day, and someone really close to me, like a family member, was like, "Oh, I'm not really into hip hop. I don't think I'm going to be listening to it because it's very misogynist and negative and about violence and all this stuff." And, you know, my music isn't about that, but I think that person doesn't listen to a lot of hip hop. So whatever they've heard being pushed by mainstream media and, you know, your Hot 97s and you know, the record labels that push the mainstream artists, there's a lot of, you know, negativity out there. There's a lot of misogyny, a lot of BS, a lot of glorifying of crime. None of that. You're not going to see me on my record glorifying crime, because guess why? Because I'm not a criminal. Because I would be stupid to get on the mic and be like, yeah, when I do this and that, you know, and talk a bunch of gang stuff. I talk about the plague. That's my lyrical crew. You won't see me talking about drug dealing or anything like that, because I get up every day. I put on a sweater and I go to work. I'm professional, but I also rap and I have bars. And if you try to downplay that, I'll bring it to you. Trust me, you don't want that. I'm a general at this. You don't want it. Go listen to my work with Pumpkinhead. Go listen to my work with Pack FM, Tone Deaf, Substantial, DP1, Arch Rival, Poison Pen. You know, I did a joint on C. Ray's Walls record. He came to me and asked me to collaborate. You know, these are respected lyricists. You know, I've performed on stage with so many countless MCs that are super talented, from Talib Kweli to Vast Air, Jean Grey. You know, I said already, Pumpkinhead, and a lot of other people. So I'm known for lyrics. If you start a beef with me, I'm not going to be looking for you with my gang. I'm going to be attacking you lyrically, and it's going to look bad. You're not going to look good. I'm going to come up with the cleverest, wittiest, funniest ways to diss you. So don't try to bring it to me and think that I'm soft, because I have a job and I go to work every day and I teach. So that's basically what I'm trying to say with this record. Yes, I am GMS, the rapper who will get in a cipher and like destroy it. And everyone will be, oh, and if you try to attack me, I will battle you and I will humiliate you. I'm sorry. Lyrically, respectfully, I will disrespect you to your face. But at the same time, I have 3 college degrees. I studied education. I didn't just like oh, I can teach a little bit, let me get a job. No, you have to have a bachelor's degree and then a master's degree and then 30 credits above that to work in New York City. All New York City school teachers have that. We're one of the highest educated, college educated teaching professions. From other states, they don't have as high qualifications, not all of them. So, I study this deeply. I don't have 3 degrees in anything. I have a degree in education. I have a degree in special education and regular education. I have a degree in education, educational leadership, and education with technology. So I just constantly try to learn and become a better professional teacher. So how would I look wrapping all that garbage? So anyway, I'm hoping that my teaching profession community and all my educators, people that I worked with on charter schools, people that I worked with on Imagine schools, trying to develop a school for the public school system, don't look at this and be like, what is Graham? What's Mr. Sabersky doing? What's with this rap stuff? I've been doing this rap stuff since elementary school. I sent a demo, me and my brother Wildchild, we sent our first demo at age 12. We made a demo tape and we had a little kid group and we sent it to Columbia and tried to get a record deal. So I've been doing this, okay? Been in documentaries, rapping. I've been on several different projects and videos and, so, and also put on a lot of performances in other countries and Mexico, Italy, New York, all over the place. So this is not new, but I just didn't wear it on my sleeve when I go to work. It's not about me. Oh, look at me, I rap. I never did that for 25 years. Put my nose to the grind and I tried to be the best teacher I could and help, these kids get a good education and build with the rest of the staff and, uphold the values of the school. That's what my focus is when I'm at work. So yeah, I freestyle with the kids every now and again, a little fun, but in general, I'm all about business. So this is the one time that I'm doing this. I'm coming together and I'm saying, education community, this one is for you, all my teachers, all my educators, okay? All my school aides, all my paraprofessionals, all my guidance counselors, school psychologists, okay? Speech teachers, therapists, every school nurse, everyone that works for the betterment, public school, private school, charter school, Catholic school, the betterment of raising our youth and helping the next generation have a foundation so that they can, grow up and take over the world that we've messed up as adults. And now they got to come up with solutions. We got to train them to be smart enough to put us into the solar age and the wind power age and to advance, the digital age. So for all of those people who are working in that field and doing that, this is the hip hop song that I made for us. Okay. And, I'm dedicating it to all the great teachers that I had, and I'm dedicating it to all the great students that I've had. And I think I calculated it one day. I've had thousands of students because I started working 25 years ago. And I've been working as a cluster teacher. That means if the school had kindergarten through 5th grade, I taught every class for one period a week, kindergarten to 5th grade. And then as those 5th graders graduated, new kindergartens came up. And for years and years and years, waves of hundreds of students coming through my classes up through the grades. And then I started teaching at Arts and Letters 305 United, and they have 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. So now I'm teaching from kindergarten, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th grade. Kids graduate. I've known them for 9 years. I feel like their uncle. I've seen them as a little tiny kindergartner, and then they leave and go to high school, and they're almost a full-grown person. It's amazing to watch that. So these are the stories that I'm telling in this song. I hope you guys follow the podcast along the way with GMS so you can hear some more stories. And I hope you support the record. The release date is tomorrow, but you can get it right now. You can download it early. You can go to mcmi.bandcamp.com and you can either pre-order the album and get the song right there, or you can just grab the single, or you can just play it. If you don't even want to buy it, you can play it, to be honest. I think Bandcamp stops you if you play it 5 times. It says, hey, gives you a nudge. Do you want to support this artist? You seem to be playing the song a lot. Maybe you want to pick it up, So I'm going to give you another little clip of the single before I get out of here. I'm going to go to the end because it features Bamboo. He did a little sub hook, and I'll tell you the story behind that real quick, and then it's time to go. And I appreciate all the people in the comments, and I see there's a bunch of people watching. I'm not looking at the comments today. I don't have an assistant producer. Maybe the new intern will do that sometimes and help me in the future. But I appreciate your comments. Keep them coming. I can answer your questions in the next podcast. But I'm going to play the end because Bamboo, I had a chorus, this song, and big up to the artist KRS-One BDP, because I took the idea of creating this record from him. KRS is the teacher, right? And he used to say, he had the song "Come to the Teacher." He had the song "Part-Time Sucker," where he goes, "Teacher, teacher, that boy's a teacher," right? So I took a song he dropped in 1988, and he says, "Come to the teacher, come," he say, "Come to the teacher, come," and say, "Come to the teacher, come to the teacher, come to the teacher," right? And I was like, that's kind of catchy. And I put it on a beat that I produced, and I said, I want to tell the story of being a teacher and then also being an MC, the duality of that, the issues and the struggles and the conflicts and the feeling sometimes like Daredevil and Matt Murdock. If you follow Marvel Comics, Matt Murdock was a lawyer. He's blind. He's walking through the streets with his stick. He's got on a suit. He goes and represents clients as a lawyer. Then at night, nobody knew he would change into this red outfit. He actually had radar and enabled him to see in a way, and he would fight crime and be a superhero. So I felt kind of like that kind of duality. Like, I'm going to work. I'm teaching kindergartens how to do Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. I'm teaching middle schoolers how to perform pop songs. And then when they get off work, I'm going to the studio, record a record. I'm going to battle some people. And then I have a show later at midnight, and I'm on stage rocking. And my teaching family and my students don't know about that. And my hip hop audience doesn't know I'm getting up at 7 a.m. and going to work to teach tomorrow. So it's like a hidden identity thing. It's really, I mean, some people might say Peter Parker, Spider-Man, but I like Daredevil, Matt Murdock for the metaphor. But anyway, I called Bamboo. I said, I sang this hook that KRS did, but he did it in a hip hop reggae style, and he pioneered that. And I think KRS said that his family, his lineage, he is West Indian, and he was influenced by the reggae artists when he started creating his first hip hop songs. So I wanted to get someone who could really chat and sing, in a reggae style, in a dancehall style. So I called up Bamboo. He laced the record, and then I said, you know what? Stretch out a little bit. Do a little on the song. I'm going to put featuring. It's not like you're a studio musician. This song is featuring Bamboo. When I do the NFTs, he gets a cut of that. When you put a song on the blockchain and you give different credit to different people, producers and artists on the song, it automatically sends crypto to their wallet, and that's how they get paid off of that. No record label, nobody taking a cut of your money. It's real easy to do splits. So anyway, I'm sidetracking, but sometimes I like to just drop some gems. So all the musical artists out there, look into dropping your stuff on NFT. Gives you a lot of advantages like that. No middleman. It's a bunch of advantages. Anyway, so Bamboo, he did write a little something. He put a little twist on the hook at the end, and I really like what he said. Came out beautiful. And here's a little clip of that, a little preview. You can hear the whole song right now by just going to this Bandcamp page. It's playable right now. It's not just because I'm logged in. Anyone can hear it. But here's a little piece of it. So, it's an anti-gun message at the end. It's a positive song. I got some of my students playing basketball behind me in the video, and some of my younger students, and I have some of my older students who graduated playing basketball against me, taking me to the hoop, crossing me over. I said, yo, this kid was nice. He's going to high school and basketball and stuff. I'm like, yeah, you don't have to make me look good because it's my music video. Make me look bad, score on me, and it'll look good for the video. It'll be cool. So he took some shots. I took some shots, played around a little. I say that to say it's a very positive song. There was one curse in the original, but I'm releasing the clean edit, so that curse is not in there. And because I want all the students to be able to hear it and parents to feel that they could play this in front of their children and teachers to embrace the song. So, yeah, I'm going to end it off on that. If you guys want to get more information, you should check out my Flow page. My Flow page is flowpage.com/GMS_MCMI. I will put that in the chat. I didn't put a lot of comments. I'm going to put the Flow page in the chat. So wherever you are, I think this will come to your social media, whether you're on YouTube or Facebook. flowpage.com/GMS_MCMI. The reason I'm putting that in the chat is because If you go to the flow page, you'll see, let me do a screen share real quick, the links to all the other things that you need to look at. Whoop, I click the wrong button here. Give me a second. You'll see that where the video is. You'll see where the Bandcamp is. When I put the NFTs up, it'll be up there. You can follow the Twitter, the Instagram. You can go to the website, check out the rest of the label. So that's the reason for the flow page. Let me throw it up real quick. Here it is. I'm going to full screen that. Right. And then you can look at the music in Bandcamp. You can go look at the Patreon. You got the Along the Way podcast. The music video will drop next week. It'll be right there. I'll just put it at the top of the flow page. And then you can follow me on any platform. Now, if you want to see some podcasts that I do with my Hydra crew, MCMI Report, you got that right there. If you want to hear some rants about politics and TV shows and just different things that I'm talking about, technology, Mac problems with my MacBook, you can go to CyberSky. You got the MCMI Report website. We talk about boxing on the podcast sometimes, and then all the other info, TikTok, Twitter, whatever you want. And I'll be updating that, putting more stuff on that along the way. See how that works? So I'm getting ready to make a run. I got to mail a package. Then I'm going to grab some dinner, drop my laundry, just live life. All right. So I really appreciate you guys rocking with me today. I'm looking at the quality. It looks okay. Sometimes a little grainy. I don't know if it was pausing and glitching this week. I did upgrade from 720 to 1080 on the broadcast. I paid for a little higher service. It's supposed to be a little clearer now, but my lighting is a little dim because I didn't want it too bright. But I'll take a look later and see if it really looks like 1080. Might have to go 4K on you guys in future podcasts. Anyway, let me give some shout outs. Baba Israel, big up. Let me just scroll through all and shout out a bunch of people who joined us in the live chat. Really appreciate you guys. I see all the live chats. So wherever you are on Facebook, on different pages or YouTube, it's coming through. So let's give some shout outs. Hey, I see some students in there. I don't know if I shout you guys out, but big up to Arts and Letters 305 United. I don't know if your parents want your names put out there, so I'm not going to say the names. But Ben, thank you for tuning in. LR Blitzkrieg. Lightning bolt. I see your emojis. Thanks for the happy birthday, by the way, and appreciate that. There's some people that are following me from Russia. I don't know how to read your comments because I don't speak Russian. Excuse me. Yeah. Oh, definitely some former students that graduated are now, I think, in college or beyond. So big up to them. You're in the same college as Zanya. You go to Brooklyn College. Big up. Alumni of Arts and Letters. Mike Trowell, what up? MCMI Report. Let me see. I don't know who Doge Bread is, but all right. I see some of my students that are in the school now. I'm not going to shout out your names, but I really appreciate you throwing your comments in the chat. Yeah, definitely. Alex, good looking. Oh, Nana, a former student, former graduate. I'd like to know what you're doing nowadays. Are you in college? Are you working? What are you doing? John, good looking. Yeah. Oh yeah, he did attend I think he did attend my class. Not Chris Finn, a different Finn. Yeah, he attended. LR Blitzkrieg. Yes, you did body that track. You guys will hear LR Blitzkrieg if you go check out any of those songs that are Hydra, whether it's Love Is or the Brooklyn's Finest remix. John Davis. Yeah. I see a few people in here. What up? Yeah, a lot of people speaking Russian in the chat. I appreciate the support. If you don't know, CyberSky is a Russian name, and I grew up, nobody I knew was named CyberSky. Now I do searches and I see all this CyberSky stuff. There's brands and companies. There's a rock band in Russian and CyberSky. There's YouTubers named CyberSky. Named Sibersky, But hey, Keith Middleton, my other Hydra brother, thank you. I appreciate that. And yeah, man, a lot of action in the chat. I'm just skipping over people that I can't read your comment because it's another language, and my current students. I can't really big you up like that without your parents' permission. But this is the Along the Way with GMS podcast, and I'll be doing this once or twice a week. And today's is a little bit more up-tempo and energetic because the single drops tomorrow on my birthday, January 25th. So for my birthday, I want you to go find it somewhere and either hit like, follow, subscribe, ring a bell if there's a bell. If you want to join a Patreon, whatever way that you can contribute. Add to my numbers on YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, wherever. All right. So you guys got the flow page now in the chat. You know where to find me always. And so I'm going to sign off for today, and I'll be back shortly. Tomorrow, I'll be doing a birthday broadcast. I'm not sure if I'll be broadcasting to everywhere that you are getting this right now. I did this announcement big on 8 different platforms. Tomorrow, I think it's just going to be on the MCMI Report YouTube and the Cyber Sky YouTube. So subscribe to both of those and ring the bell and come to either one and build with us tomorrow in the birthday broadcast. Thank you for the happy birthdays. That's right, GMS Plague. That's hilarious. All right. It's been great building with you guys. I'm glad I got to see some of my friends in the chat and some new people that I don't know just dropping comments. Teacher single out tomorrow along the way with GMS. It's been wonderful. Remember, when haters try to hate on your dream, and I see a couple comments in there too, some haters, you don't make it until people hate on your stuff. So what you guys don't realize is when everyone was always positive, that meant that it's not reaching enough people. If you reach enough people, some of them are going to come in and hate on you. And that's how I know that the channel is blowing up. And that's going to be good for my brand as GMS, as MCMI, and as Cyber Sky videos. So keep hating. We don't get revenge. The best revenge is success. I will see you at the top. Stay healthy, my friends. And as always, stay blessed.